Speaking with Mark Baughman right now. In fact, I mean, you're in this. You've had personal experience with something like this, and what you were just telling me is a crime and safety expert. Mark, talk about that police response that you were just telling me.
Yeah, the police response was excellent. I mean, they got there quickly. They neutralized the threat. They engaged it quickly. They shut down the campus quickly. They made sure people were safe. They rendered aid quickly. We had first responders come there as far as medical assistance, and school faculty and law enforcement work together with this, and they practice for this. Unfortunately, they have to go through these scenarios. And yesterday, it was a shining moment for law enforcement in the sense of getting there, neutralizing the threat, and making sure nothing else happened to the rest of those students inside that student center.
It's an era we live in now where so much information, I mean, granted, a blessing to be able to have access to things like social media to get a lot of information, but sometimes it's like drinking from a fire hose. You don't know what's true, what's not, and sometimes too much is coming in. Now, you having lived through this as a parent, quickly tell me that story, because I have a pointed question I want to know about information coming in.
So in 2014, my daughter was at FSU. She was living on campus.
Correct.
We had an individual come inside the Strouser Library and started shooting and shot 3 individuals. She had to barricade inside the dorm area along with her people that were living with her, other students. And, you know, I was trying to get a hold of her.
Yep.
We all were. The phone's connectivity is tough.
Yes.
Because everybody's calling in. I was in law enforcement at the time at Pinellas County Sheriff's Office, so I started calling my law enforcement contacts and immediately was able to establish, my wife and I were immediately able to establish contact with her and made sure she was safe.
Even in 11 years' time since that, so much has changed with technology and communication. But you have a two-part perspective here: law enforcement plus parent. So I want you to kind of put those two pieces of expertise together for me, because there is not necessarily a conflict, but there's a push and pull between I need information right now, but then also the work law enforcement's doing, plus the pull as a father to get that information as quick as possible. How do you balance that? Because so many people need it now. I need to know what's going on with my child, but also there's the law enforcement angle.
It's hard to balance it.
Yeah.
I can tell you, selfishly, parents come first. You know, being the parent, raising my daughters from babies up to where they are and having that college experience. I dropped one off at FAU. The next day I dropped the other one off at FSU, and my wife and I are going down the road. She's crying her eyes out. We're going to miss our kids, right?
Of course.
And then all of a sudden this happens. And then from the law enforcement side, you want to make sure that the entire community is safe, that everybody's well, and that you've neutralized this threat. There's no rhyme or reason for this. There's no understanding. Think about 2009, Columbine on. How many mass shootings have we had? A bunch.
Yeah, too many. Mark Baughman, thank you. We'll check in again about another half hour's time with you as well for more perspective on this and as more information. As we said, constant information coming in from things like this. We'll learn a lot more. Mark, thank you. Keitha?
Thank you both for that. And folks, of course, we're going to continue to follow this shooting at FSU into the coming days and weeks. You can visit firstcoastnews.com or the First Coast News app for the very latest information as we learn more.